Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and today I wanted to give you some information about some content coming to the channel, as well as the purpose of that content. See, this channel is known for its indie game reviews, and in particular, the Overlooked Games of the Year list. A good amount of you have gotten to this channel because of that. But about a year ago, I was asked to do a charity live stream with the Sentinels of the Store. If you don't know who the Sentinels of the Store is, they're basically a Steam group that sort of guards Steam from nefarious players, whether it be review manipulation, things that aren't necessarily being watched by others on Valve's side, but they inform people, make sure people know what's going on, and I've always appreciated the work that they've done, and I've worked with them every now and again. Well, last year they asked me to stream during that live stream period, that charity period, and this year they have requested my assistance once again, which I am more than willing to provide them. So what am I talking about? Well, this year's charity live streams with the Sentinels of the Store are dealing with Safe in Our World, which is a charity that is to create and foster worldwide mental health awareness within the video game industry. Basically, they are warning about things with mental health to promote the dialogue of mental health so people can reach out when they need it. And sometimes that's through video games, sometimes that's within the community, but, mental health and gaming, that's two things that I really do, hold to my heart in terms of, I have ADD OCD. I've gone through some mental health episodes over the years, so that really hits. And I wouldn't still be doing YouTube if I didn't like gaming, especially indie games. So this is very much something that I want to participate in. Now, there will be a series of live streams, not just me, by the way. It'll be a series of people, which I will post the links to people like Mellow Online and some of the other streamers in the description below. But from the 21st of November, which is obviously today, to December 4th, there will be a series of live streams. And the whole point is to, raise money for charity and give you guys some content along the way. Which, approaching this, I always want to approach it in a way that's unique. I could play a game that I've played 100 times before. I could play a game that, do my usual indie game thing. But I like keeping a theme with these kind of things. And considering this is mental health support and video games, what better thing to approach it in terms of the games that I cover during that time than games with sanity meters? The whole mental health thing. So, I'll give you my schedule in this video in terms of the ones that I will do, and they will be available, hopefully, on both this channel, YouTube, and my Twitch channel. Granted, if the dual live streaming thing doesn't work out, I'll probably make it just here, considering there's the most people, and considering that the whole, trying to raise money, I want to bring the biggest audience in. So what games will I be covering during this time? Well, 3 specifically. The first stream will be on Friday, November 21st, 2025, aka today, at 6 p.m., and it will be of the indie game World of Horror. World of Horror is very influenced by Japanese horror and stories in particular. It's a management type game where you have to manage your character's sanity, their health, and you have to go through a series of events. There's not a lot of action about it, but there's a lot of thought and, decisions that you have to make. And while it's sort of an opening appetizer to sanity mechanics, I did want to highlight an indie game first and foremost in terms of, that is the heart of this channel. Even though the other 2 games that I will cover aren't necessarily, they're not indie, but I felt like this was appropriate. It will be one stream. It'll be about 2 hours in length at minimum. I may go over, don't want to go over any other streams, of course, but we'll see. So, World of Horror is the first game. Then, the next 3 streams, which will be on Monday, November 24th at 6 p.m., Tuesday, November 25th at 7 p.m., and Wednesday, November 26th at 7 p.m., will be, of course, Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. I mean, it has sanity in the name, but if you haven't heard of this game, it has a sanity mechanic that will mess with you. As you go along in the game, little things will happen that will freak out your character, which we've seen in other games, but it was the first game that I thought of when thinking about sanity mechanics, and it's a game that I always wanted to get back to. The fact is that I played it as a kid, and, well, it did stick with me. Luckily, my, well, now wife owns the game, because I never could find a copy to buy. And, well, you get to enjoy me remembering this game and, well, see everything that it has to offer. Now, granted, 3 2-hour streams will not be enough to get through the game. I will try to push it in terms of maybe 3-hour, 4-hour streams, depending on who's playing, but it's a good introduction to it, and I may move things around if needed. Then, the final 3 streams that I will be participating in is Saturday, November 29th at 7 a.m. Yes, I know, Eastern Standard Time, but a little bit early in the day for those who, get up earlier instead. Monday, December 1st at 6 p.m. and Tuesday, December 2nd at 7 p.m. And I will be playing Clock Tower 3. Clock Tower 3 is a game that I picked up once I got into Florida. It was one of the first games that I picked up down here because I wanted to start collecting some, more rarer games in my collection. And I played the original Clock Tower. I always heard good things about Clock Tower 3, even though it was a little bit weird. And it, of course, has a sanity mechanic, especially a fear mechanic in particular. And, well, this is something a little bit weird, a little bit different. And it's a game that we'll be experiencing together for the first time. And frankly, I'm excited for that because, well, it's been sitting in my collection. And as you know, I play a shit ton of indie games. I don't usually play the games that I own in the past. I mean, yeah, I play like Burnout every now and again, but, I cover a lot of indie games. That's a lot of stuff for that list at the end of the year. So this is the perfect opportunity to play a game like this. Now, am I expecting everybody here to donate? No, of course not. Come by, donate if you can. I will be giving keys away, depending on if people donate, of course. Some were given by the Sentinels of the store. Others weren't. They were my own personal collection. But it is hopefully to, well, just enjoy. I will answer any questions about the channel during that time, as well as, well, any personal questions you have, I suppose, to a certain extent. And I will give you updates on the channel if you ask for it. Of course, the focus is on the game. The focus is on everything along the charity live stream portion. But, we can multitask in that case. If you want more information or up-to-date information, well, join the Discord. And obviously, follow me on X/Twitter. I still call it Twitter. And I will keep you up to date as much as I can. Anyway, that's the purpose of this video. Hopefully you get exactly what I'm, bringing forth here. And, well, I'll see you there, hopefully.